Title of this poem is End of Summer by Stanley Kunitz. An agitation of the air, a perturbation of the light, admonished me the unloved year would turn on its hinge that night. I stood in the disenchanted field, amid the stubble and the stones, amazed, while a small worm lips to me the song of my marrow bones. Blue poured into summer blue, a hawk broke from his cowless tower, the roof of the silo blazed, and I knew that part of my life was over. Already the iron door of the north hangs open. Birds, leaves, snows order their populations forth, and a cruel wind blows.
My poem is for CWB by Elizabeth Bishop. Let us live in a lull of the long winter winds, where the shy silver antlers reindeer go on dainty hoofs, with their white rabbit friends, amidst the delicate flowering snow. All of our thoughts will be fairer than doves. We will live upon wedding cake frosted with sleet. We will build us a house from 2 red tablecloths and wear scarlet mittens on both hands and feet. Let us live in the land of the whispering trees, alder and aspen and poplar and birch, singing our prayers in a pale sea-green breeze, with starflower rosaries and moss banks for church. All of our dreams will be clearer than glass, clad in the water or sun as you wish. We will watch the white feet of the young morning pass and dine upon honey and small shiny fish. Let us live where the twilight lives after dark. In the deep, drowsy blue, let us make us a home. Let us meet in the cool evening grass with a stork and a whistle of willow played by a gnome. Half asleep, half awake, we shall hear, we shall know, the soft misery the wood swallow tolls. We will wander away where wild strawberries grow and eat them for tea from 2 lily-white bowls.
I will read a poem called Falling Leaves and Early Snow by Kenneth Rexroth. In the years to come, they will say, they fell like the leaves in the autumn of 1939. November has come to the forest, to the meadows where we picked the cyclamen. The year fades with the white frost on the brown sedge in the hazy meadows where the deer tracks were black in the morning. Ice forms in the shadows. Disheveled maples hang over the water. Deep gold sunlight glistens on the shrunken stream. Somnolent trout move through pillars of brown and gold. The yellow maple leaves eddy above them, the glittering leaves of the cottonwood, the olive, velvety alder leaves, the scarlet dogwood leaves, most poignant of all. In the afternoon, thin blades of cloud move over the mountains. The storm clouds follow them. Fine rain falls without wind. The forest is filled with wet, resonant silence. When the rain pauses, the clouds cling to the cliffs and the waterfalls. In the evening, the wind changes. Snow falls in the sunset.
I will read When I First Saw Snow by Gregory, Djanikian. Bing Crosby was singing White Christmas on the radio, and we were staying at my aunt's house waiting for papers. My father was looking for a job. We had trimmed the tree the night before. Sap had run on my fingers for the first time, and I was smelling pine wherever I went. Ani, my cousin, was upstairs in her room listening to Danny and the Juniors. Hago was playing Monopoly with Lucy, his sister. Buzzy, the boy next door, had eyes for her, and there was a rattle of dice, a shuffling of Boardwalk, Park Place, Marvin Gardens. There were red bows on the Christmas tree, and it had snowed all night. My boot buckles were clinking like small bells as I thumped to the door and out, onto the gray planks of the porch dusted with snow. The world was immaculate, new. Even the trees had changed color. And when I touched the snow on the railing, I didn't know what I had touched, ice or fire. I heard, I'm dreaming. And I heard, at the hop, 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 oh baby. I heard B&O, and the train in my imagination was whistling through the Great Plains. And I was stepping off. I was falling deeply into America.
New Hampshire by Howard Moss. When the loons cry, the night seems blacker, the weather, the water deeper. Across the shore, an eyelashed charcoal fringe of pine trees. The lake reflects, and intermittent thunder lets us know the gods are arriving one valley over. After the long melancholy of the fall, one longs for the crisp brass shout of winter, the blaze of firewood, the window's spill of parlor lamplight across the snow, flaring like a match dropped in a dry patch. One sunset tells the spectrum's story. See the last hunter's flashlight dim as he hurries home to his lighted window.
December Moon by Mary Sarton. Before going to bed, after a fall of snow, I look out on the shining there in the moonlight, so calm, untouched and white. Oh, silence fills my head, even after I leave the window. Hours later, near dawn, when I look down again, the whole landscape has changed. The perfect surface has gone crisscrossed and written on, where the wild creatures ranged while the moon rose and shone. Why did my dog not bark? Why did I hear no sound? There on the snow-locked ground in the luminous dark. How much can come, how much can go, when the December moon is bright? What worlds of play we'll never know, sleeping away the cold white night after a fall of snow.
Winter Afternoon by Grace Paley. Old men and women walk by my window. They're frightened. It's icy wintertime. They take small steps. They're looking at their feet. They're glad to be going. They hate the necessity. Sometimes the women wear heels. Why do they do this? The old women's heads are bent. They see their shoes, which are often pointy. These shoes were made for cross legs in the evening, pointing. Sometimes the old men walk a dog. The dog moves too fast. The man stands still. The dog stands still. The smells coming to the dog, floating from the square earth of the plane tree, from the tires of cars at rest. All this interesting life and adventure comes to the waiting dog. The man doesn't know this. The street is too icy. Old women in pointy shoes and high heels pass him. their necks in fur collars bent. Their eyes watch their small, slippery feet.
Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden. Sundays, too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather, they banked fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call, and slowly I would rise and dress, hearing the chronic angers of that house, speaking indifferently to him who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know of love's austere and lonely offices?
A Pair of Barn Owls Hunting by David Wagoner. Now slowly, smoothly, flying over the field, beside the orchard into the afterlight of the cold evening, the ash-gold owls come sailing close to the branches, gliding across the arbor, where the bare grapevines ripen, only shadows in the dead of winter, and at the end of a garden. Suddenly flare their wings, hover and swerve, claws first, down to the grass together.
Now I'm reading Winter Trees by William Carlos Williams. All the complicated details of attiring and the disattiring are completed. A liquid moon moves gently among the long branches, thus having prepared their buds against a sure winter. The wise trees stand sleeping in the cold.